Today we have another young person, an Indian woman, part of the Voice of the Young series. Hello, everyone. Good to be with you again. We have with us Nandini Alyani. She has just got her master's in economics from Jawaharlal Nehru University, Delhi, which we call JNU. Over to you, Nandini.
Hello, sir. First of all, I'm really grateful to be here talking to you, and thank you so much for this initiative, sir. So, starting about myself, so I am Nandini, and as you said, I've just completed my master's degree. In fact, I would say it's just like 4 5 days past. I completed my final exams, and prior to that, I've done my graduation from University of Delhi in economics itself, and I originally belong to Visakhapatnam, Andhra Pradesh. It's in the southern state of India. And the first time I moved from Vizag to Delhi was for this education purposes. And it's been a long time in Delhi now, pursuing my grad and masters both here. And right now, I've just completed my masters to. So next, I will be proceeding to be working with a major bank in the next upcoming weeks. I'll be joining. Uh, so that is what how it's gonna be like.
Okay, good. So, did you enjoy your stay in Delhi?
It was a very different experience as as a kid moving from a 18-year-old living in a hometown. It was very comfortable to live with parents, but as you transition from uh, a good city, Vizag was indeed a good city, but a tier two city to a tier one city. So it's a major difference about different kind of people you meet, how diverse the cultures are, and the minds of people. Of course, the education system in Vizag is very good, but not all people would be knowing about so many things. But when you come to Delhi, the mindset of people here is so vast and welcoming, and there was so much to learn when I moved to Delhi. I would say. Uh, I think it's very important for any student to be moving from their parents and living in different city. There are many challenges that they overcome, as simple as living in hostel itself and managing your own food or any other small things also. So Delhi has been a transformational experience, I would say.
So, you got as much outside the classes as in the classes.
Definitely, I would say uh, the I changed about myself more after I moved outside my class. Like the people I met and how they were doing outside the class, and how Delhi as a culture has taught me how people in the society are. That is much more what I've learned from my master's degree, I would say.
Okay. So, in the master's degree, you met people of all diverse types, I guess, at JNU, right? So
Yes, yes,
that,
JNU.
yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
So JNU as its core value is to nurture people from all the economic backgrounds, and being from a family, you don't understand how people from all the backgrounds come up, because in school it's always like a certain cadre of people coming together. So it's your mindset is just limited to that. Like you as a kid, you would assume that people around you in the society live in this way, but as you study and interact with people more, you meet with people of both the sides of the world, and how people from even a lower section of the society are being very encouraged and given the proper opportunity here in the college to study on par with every other student here. So JNU has been very good in terms of how it's been promoting every education to every nook and corner.
Okay. So, can you give some examples? Maybe that'll help us understand.
So before coming to JNU, DU is like, yeah, DU has quite a different kind of culture from that of JNU, I would say. DU has quite elite kind of student,
Okay.
I would say. But when you come to JNU, it's like people from even marginal backgrounds all coming together and living in a certain place, and you share the ideas. And even, in fact, when you understand the problems, which which you would never hear in normal day, ki even this would be a problem, but when they face it, when your classmates or when your people around you face, you realize the real country you've been living in, real society you've been living in. So that's what I said. The experience as a whole in Delhi has taught me a lot more than my economics degree.
Yeah,
And
okay,
I think
so
it was in
good.
par with Bob.
Okay, so good. So, what is some of the problems that people faced that you had no idea that they would face like that, and how they overcome it? You have any stories you can tell us?
Nothing very specific, but prior to this, I had no big knowledge about how caste discrimination actually existed and how reservation actually help people from other backgrounds. In general, when people from a normal middle class family hear about reservations being implemented around us, it's mostly like we hear it's being exploited in India, which is actually a matter of fact. People do exploit it, but it's also like how it's been being useful to everybody, like how the resources were not accessible to them just because they belong to a different class of society or cadre of society, and how they've been receiving it just because of reservation. Uh, and also JNU also does this very good thing that it gives a certain points during evaluation when you get the admission, like the people from a very small city get additional points and giving special advantage to join the college. So we don't realize that people are very privileged from our very, if they are from very metropolitan cities, they don't realize that okay, you get all these resources very handy, which people of others can do not get it.
Okay, well, I understand what you're saying. It's well known that if you are well off and privileged, you have the resources, family, etc., to back you up. It's very clear. It's not, but I'm glad you experienced it and it has broadened your mind or thinking. Can you give some example or something to help us understand what happens? Or can we move on to another topic of interest to you?
One of the most another thing I learned here, that I joined here placement cell, and uh, here in JNU you see different kinds of people doing different things. Some are preparing for UPSC, which is our government examinations,
Yes.
and other people are into academia. And there are certain people in our economics background who are very interested to join the corporates, like our counterpart colleges like DSC and IGIDR. They have very good uh, corporate connections and are very on par with their day-to-day knowledge system, I would say. But while coming to JNU, you realize that okay, people here are also interested. And after joining the placement cell, I learned how to communicate and contact the companies and how to build a relationship and proper rapport with the companies to build and how to talk to them. So LinkedIn was really helpful in the whole procedure. I think this placement cell thing also has been very nice, and the people you meet every day, you expand your horizons and expand your network. Like in corporates, also you realize okay, you can do this sort of work, which was not new to me. Uh, so this was the thing with the placement cell. Placement cell has been really nice. And prior to this, I also worked with few internships, which was in whole different arena. Like I've worked as a research intern.
So we were talking about the placement cell when we were interrupted. Let's continue.
So I'm saying about the placement cell, and this has helped me to connect with different sort of companies all over uh, different locations, and how different. It's very humbling to say when you even connect with the VP of a company, how he's very ready to connect, and he's ready to reply you back on LinkedIn. So it's very nice how people even in such great positions are very down to earth in replying a basic student. Uh, and that is something to be learned. And uh, and also during this time we connected with many people, so we also conducted some seminars, and it was fun to know that how different arenas in this corporate sector are being held together. And it was nice. On the whole, it was a very nice experience.
Okay, you said that basically there are three types of people: those who want to go to UPSC government jobs, those who want to go to academia, and those who want jobs with companies, right? You chose jobs with companies, right? A financial bank, which is like a corporate company. Can you explain to us what did you consider and why did you choose this, if you want to? But if you don't want to, we can shift to another topic.
No, no, of course. So today we can see everything is so fast paced, everything is so running together, and over time we realize the value. I realized the value of data and how it was going. Something new is developed every day. We hear news, something AI thing has been developed, and I couldn't go into science. It was not my forte, I would say. So I thought maybe in this field I could dive into something innovative, scientific, and and my profile is data analysis. So I think it's very nice to know how simple numbers, when they put together, tell you a whole level of a story. uh, it was something very fascinating to me, and I've already worked earlier on some research projects. So over that time I realized that maybe research was not the thing I would like to pursue further. So
Yeah, okay, fine. I'm not saying you should have done something. I'm just asking why. Okay, you didn't want to do research, so you don't want academics. That's fine. What about government jobs?
government jobs government jobs are like, it's good, but seeing the level of competition here, I thought maybe it's better off you compete somewhere else.
Too
uh,
many people applying for UPSC, so
yeah,
your
yeah.
chances are
I
less.
was true to the facts. Like, yeah, the amount of seats that are being released every year and the competition they have. And I've seen people working so dedicated every hour, every day. So when I compare and I ask myself, Nandini, would you be able to work on that part to prepare for an entrance exam? So my heart says no.
Okay, all right, fair enough. And what about the money? I mean, don't you think the corporates give you much more money than the government jobs?
Money is, of course, a factor. Bunny, I personally like to travel a lot, and working in this sector, corporate sector, I think maybe I'll get the liberty someday of working in a hybrid mode where I'll get the liberty and work from any place I want, like how
Okay,
it's being popularized these days, like workations.
okay. What's that? I don't know this term. Tell us what it is.
A workation these days is a term where you work from any location that you want. Suppose, like, I would want to travel to some of the hilly stations today, so I live over there for around 10-15 days, and in my free time, I explore the hills and the tourist spots over there, and other times I work. So I think that will be a very fun opportunity to explore places around.
Okay, great. All right. So have you already traveled much or is just a plan?
I've already traveled quite much. This Delhi has been a very good opportunity to explore all the states nearby, like Himachal, Uttarakhand. I've traveled many places, Rajasthan. So, and even in fact, I would like to disclose that in the next 1 hour or 2 hours, I'll be leaving for another trip now
Where's
with
that?
my friends. I'll be leaving to Missouri with my friends. It will be a closure as we're completing our masters.
Okay, great. Yeah. So looks like you are enjoying it, right?
Very much,
Yeah, you look
absolutely.
like you are thinking of, uh, you are optimistic and you are looking for good times ahead.
Yes, sir.
Okay, this is good. I like to see that. Why not? You have worked hard for your master's and your BA, and you have expanded your horizons, and you want to expand them geographically by traveling all over and have some fun too while working. Okay,
Yes.
and you have enough friends who share this view and who are going
Uh,
with you, or you are just going to be. So, where will you be located first for this job?
I'll be joining the 6th of the next month in Bangalore.
Oh, Bangalore. Okay, so
Hmm.
let's back to the south, right?
Yeah, it's a little more closer to home than Delhi.
Yeah.
So now this will give me an opportunity to explore the south maybe.
Okay, wonderful. Okay. Anything else you would like to add? Anything else on your mind besides what you've already told us?
Um, I would ask everybody to just maybe when the time is there in college to pursue as much as possible. Like I didn't know much in grad that we could do so many internships and play like involving in many societies. But as you communicate more with people, you realize many things you could learn from them and many opportunities you can engage in. So I would ask my fellow beings to just get out of the little nutshell we have built among ourselves. So breaking that shell is very important to come out of uh, and becoming a better person.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much. Let's say bye to our viewers. Sorry we were interrupted by that recording glitch, but that's okay. So let's say bye at this time, and maybe we'll catch up with you on one of your, what is it, vacations. See how it's going, We'll like to know from you what's a vacation. Because in the old days, you were just in one place and you were working there, and vacation was somewhere else. But now it's possible to combine the two. So best of luck to you, and let's say bye to the viewers here. Okay, bye bye. And
Thank
next
you
time
so
we'll
much,
be
sir.
with somebody
Bye.
else. Okay, bye. All right.